breaking news.
We begin tonight at 11 with breaking news as we learn more about the man investigators say ambushed two West Virginia National Guard members, shooting them just a block from the White House. And we've learned that 29-year-old Afghan national now under arrest has a West Coast connection. It's being called a targeted attack by a lone gunman. Luckily, other nearby Guards members were able to take down the shooter before he was able to fire on anyone else. Eyewitness News reporter Liz Nagy here now with more on the shooting and the newly discovered West Coast connection. Liz?
Jury tonight, multiple law enforcement sources tell ABC News a 29-year-old man from Afghanistan is the gunman. Tonight, his former landlord in Bellingham, Washington, told the Associated Press Ramanallah Lakanawal had been living there with his wife and 5 children.
Let's start moving!
It was pure panic on the typically secure streets of Washington, D.C., just a block from the White House. As tourists took cover, federal and D.C. police sprinted toward the sound of gunfire. The glass of a bus stop shelter shattered by bullets scattered all over the sidewalk. Behind the blurred circles, 2 National Guard members gunned down moments earlier in what federal investigators and D.C. police chiefs say was an ambush.
The suspect came around the corner, raised his arm with a firearm and discharged it at the National Guard members.
ABC News photographer Chris Plater was there seconds after the gunshots.
One National Guard was lying on his side. They were rendering aid to him. The other National Guard member that was down, and I saw compressions going on.
This social media post from Musselman High School in West Virginia says one of the Guard members who was shot is their alumnus, Andrew Wolf, who they say is now in surgery. He and his fellow female Guard member are part of the roughly 2,000 National Guard members deployed on the streets of Washington, D.C. by President Trump, who is spending the holiday in Florida.
This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror. It was a crime against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity.
Fellow Guard members held the suspect on the ground until police arrived. Multiple law enforcement sources identified the gunman as Ramallah Lakanwal, an Afghan national who came to the United States in 2021 in the wake of the Biden administration's chaotic withdrawal.
3 law enforcement sources tell ABC News tonight Lakanwal applied for asylum in 2024 and was granted asylum in April 2025 under the Trump administration. Tonight, the United States Citizen and Immigration Service is pausing all immigration requests from Afghanistan indefinitely. Jory?
Liz Nagy, thank you.